Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders is already making a mark in Cleveland.
Tonight, he hosted a community fundraiser explosion at Rainbow Terrace apartments. Hundreds gathered and turned out for the Garden Valley Fun Fest, which featured music, food, and plenty of family fun. We spoke with the director of Keratin Barber and Cosmetology College as they gave out haircuts during today's event.
It's amazing to watch how these kids are attracted to somebody of great character. And to see him come and just get involved, it means a lot. It means a lot to the community to know that people care.
The fundraiser comes after an explosion and fire displaced some residents last month at the Rainbow Terrace apartments.
To come together, including on Wednesday, the Garden Valley Fun Fest. There's music, food, games, and more, all hosted by Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders.
When everything transpired, I was out of town, so I was like, nah, the first thing I do when I get back is definitely come to the community.
Stop what you are doing right now, because this is not a normal athlete headline. This is not a highlight clip. This is not a flex. A report is going viral claiming Cleveland Browns star Shedeur Sanders donated his entire $12.4 million in prize money and sponsorship earnings to a homeless shelter initiative in Cleveland. Not a small check, not a percentage, the entire amount. And if this is true, then what comes next is bigger than football.
And now we are mourning the loss of Cordell Sheffield, who was a hero who went in and saved two of his stepchildren from burning in a fire explosion.
Because that money is reportedly funding the construction of 75 homes with more than 180 beds. Let that land. 75 homes, over 180 beds. In one move, Shedeur allegedly did something most people only talk about doing. He did not just post a message, he built a solution. Before we break down what is being reported, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you love Shedeur, then comment SS 100% in the comments right now. Because stories like this deserve to be louder than the drama, louder than hot takes, louder than constant negativity. Flood the comments and show respect where it is earned.
To come together, including on Wednesday, the Garden Valley Fun Fest. There's music, food, games, and more, all hosted by Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders.
When everything transpired, I was out of town, so I was like, nah, the first thing I do when I get back is definitely come to the community.
Now, let us slow down and be responsible for a second. This is currently being shared as a viral report. That means you should treat it like something that needs confirmation. If official statements come out from Shedeur, the Browns, or the Shelter Initiative, we will update the story. But even at the rumor stage, the reason it is hitting people so hard is simple, because the idea of someone giving the entire bag away to build real housing feels almost unreal in today's world. Here is what the claim says. Shedeur Sanders donated his full $12.4 million in prize money and sponsorship earnings to a Cleveland homeless shelter initiative. The goal is not temporary relief only. The goal is construction, real housing, real beds, real doors that lock, real warmth in the winter, for families who have been living one bad month away from the street. And what makes it even more emotional is the quote connected to the report. He reportedly said, "Growing up, I saw how easily families can fall into homelessness, and I understand how painful and isolating that reality is. No one should be left without a place to sleep." That is not a generic PR line. That sounds like a memory. That sounds like a wound. That sounds like someone telling you he has seen this up close and never forgot it. If you have ever known somebody who lost everything, then you already know how fast it happens. It is not always addiction. It is not always crime. Sometimes it's a medical bill. Sometimes it's a job that disappears. Sometimes it's rent jumping while wages stay the same. One moment you're normal, the next moment you're trying to survive and you're too embarrassed to even ask for help. That is the part people do not talk about. Homelessness is not just lack of shelter. It is isolation. It is feeling invisible. It is walking into a room and feeling like everyone can see your struggle and nobody wants to look you in the eye. That is why the number 180 beds matters so much. Beds are not just furniture. Beds are stability. Beds are rest. Beds are safety. A bed means a kid can wake up and go to school without fear. A bed means a mother can sleep without listening for danger all night. A bed means a father can reset his mind and go look for work without feeling broken. People underestimate what one good night of sleep can do for a human being who has been living in stress for months.
Sanders received a message on Instagram detailing the tragedy at the Rainbow Terrace apartments, but rather than simply send money.
And I just wanted a day, for everybody to get out here, have some type of enjoyment, excitement, bring just the family atmosphere back.
And 75 homes changes more than one life. It changes the energy of a whole block. It gives people a real address. It gives them a place to store belongings. It gives them a foundation to rebuild. Because you cannot rebuild your life while you are fighting for survival every hour of the day. That is why this story is moving so many people, not just Browns fans, people around the country, people around the world. It punches through cynicism. People are tired of empty talk. They are tired of celebrity charity that feels like a photo shoot. They're tired of posts that disappear after 24 hours. When someone gives money and ties it to something concrete, like homes and beds, it hits different. And let us be real. In today's sports world, $12.4 million is still life-changing money, even for a pro athlete. That is security. That is comfort. That is freedom. That is the difference between playing loose and playing tight. So if a young star truly decided to hand that over to strangers who could never repay him, it forces a serious question. What kind of person does that?
For those who needed them.
I think it's wonderful. It's about time that, these kids look like they're having a great time down here. Because usually it's not just nice. So I'm loving it.
It also forces a bigger conversation about what we celebrate. We celebrate touchdowns, we celebrate chains, we celebrate cars, we celebrate online beef. But what about building homes? What about feeding families? What about giving a city something it can touch? This is what legacy looks like when it is not just about stats. Now, you already know what happens next. The internet is going to try to twist it. Some people will say it is PR, some will say it is image control, some will say it is staged. That is what the internet does when it sees something pure. It tries to tear it down. It tries to find a reason to hate it. But here's the truth. Even if you are the biggest skeptic alive, if 75 homes get built and 180 beds exist because of this move, then the results are real. The impact is real. Families still sleep indoors. Kids still have safety. That matters more than anyone's opinion.
There's too many people I can't see.
And Cleveland needs that kind of real. Cleveland is a proud city, hardworking city, a city that has taken punches, economic punches, community punches, winters that do not play around. A lot of families are living right on the edge. A lot of people are one emergency away from disaster. That is why it matters that this is tied to Cleveland and not some faraway charity that looks better on a headline. If this report is true, then this is local. This is direct. This is a star using his platform to lift the people around him, not just represent the city on Sundays. It also sends a message inside the locker room, because leadership is not only about third downs. Leadership is what you do when nobody can tackle you, when there is no defender to beat, when it is just you and your choices. Guys respect that. Coaches respect that. Cities respect that.
That continues to heal.
We got to continue to come together and continue to love on each other and put our resources together so we can heal the community. And having a relationship and having a relationship with Shedeur Sanders where you now know that he's in your community, understand what's going on in your community. He's been there, is different. It's so great.
I can tell everybody's vibe out here is down to earth. There's a lot of people that didn't want me coming out here doing it, but I don't understand why.
A young player who does something like this earns a different kind of jersey love, the kind you cannot buy. And it also hits deeper, because Shedeur is already living under a microscope. Every throw gets clipped. Every mistake gets posted. Every rumor gets amplified. There are people who love him, people who hate him, people who want him to fail just so they can say, "I told you so." So if a story like this is true, then it shows something you cannot teach in a quarterback room. It shows heart. It shows perspective. It shows a person who understands life is bigger than football. Now, if you were watching this and thinking, "What can I do?" do not let yourself fall into the lie that only millionaires can help. You can support local shelters. You can donate clothes. You can donate time. You can share verified initiatives. You can treat people with dignity instead of disgust. You can look someone in the eye and remember they are human. Homelessness grows in silence. It shrinks when communities get loud and get organized. So here's where I'm at with it. If this report is accurate, then Shedeur Sanders just set a new standard for what it means to be a star in a city. He did not just play for Cleveland, he invested in Cleveland with receipts. $12.4 million, 75 homes, over 180 beds, and one line that cuts through everything. No one should be left without a place to sleep. That is why people are moved, because for once the headline is not about ego, not about controversy, not about a bad decision. It's about compassion that actually changes lives. Now, I want to hear from you. If you were holding that kind of money, would you do the same? Do you think this should be the standard for athletes in every city? And if this donation gets confirmed, do you think it changes how Cleveland views Shedeur Sanders as a leader? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love Shedeur, then comment SS 100%.